Hey, I'm Fan. I just watched The Blair Witch, and welcome to the FanRant.
Do you believe in the stories about the Blair Witch?
So for all of you who haven't seen the Blair Witch Project that came out in 1999, don't worry. This movie gets you filled in. And also, I need to mention this movie does not acknowledge Book of Shadows, which is actually the second Blair Witch movie. Anyways, the plot follows James and his friends as they venture into the woods the original movie took place in, because James is the brother of Heather, one of the girls that went missing in the first film. As the movie starts out, you actually see that the characters are established really well, and there's actually a decent amount of foreshadowing. But eventually it all goes to waste, because this movie just focuses on scaring you for the rest of it. And not even good scares for that matter, most of them are really fake. You kind of tell they're coming and they're really obvious about it. They even have a section where it's just rumbling sound, and as soon as it picks up to its highest peak, boom, you're scared. But not really, because it was really obvious. Also, the editing in this movie is sporadic. They have 9 cameras, I think. And it's really hard to understand what's going on, especially when you're in the woods at night for like 50% of the movie. The one thing the Blair Witch Project 1 actually did well was actually try and build an atmosphere of fear. That was what sold the movie so well. They put you in a lingering moment, and that's why you got scared, because it lasted so long. But in this film, the scares are just one after another, and not in a good way. It's not like they're giving you a moment to rest, but instead they're just throwing stuff at you and hoping 1 out of the 10, one of them actually works. And another thing that makes the scary parts actually not that scary is the actors don't actually find a lot of it scary. I mean, at one point, this one main girl, Lisa, was just screaming for the sake of screaming, and I actually started laughing in the theater because she didn't find it scary. She was just trying to think it was scary, and that's just, oh, Lisa. To me, this movie was just using the name. It wasn't actually trying anything different. It wasn't trying anything new. The original Blair Witch Project actually was trying first-person perspective filming for the first time, and that's what really set it apart. Of course, the old movie didn't age that well, and the crying scenes were gross and everyone laughs at them, but you gotta give it some sort of respect because there was a lot of passion put into that film. But definitely not this one. This one was just a money grabber, if anything. I mean, it did worse in the box office than Book of Shadows did. And the Book of Shadows movie didn't even have a book in it. Like, how? I don't know. The one thing I can actually say about this movie that's actually good is it's interesting. It's got a good story, and it actually kept me interested, but it's just overshadowed by all the bad scares and all the really terrible fake outs. It just seems like the Blair Witch movies are always going to have a curse over them, just like the people in the forest. I give the Blair Witch 4 out of 10. And I would like to mention that there was one moment in this movie that I thought aliens were going to show up, and this is like the one time, and I mean like the only time I think aliens would have saved a movie. And that's saying something.
Legend said there's been a curse on these woods.